what is this operational amplifier? So operational amplifier is named, it has been named as operational amplifier because it will perform some mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integration, differentiation. So for that reason, we are naming this amplifier as operational amplifier. Okay. So this is with respect to the term, why we are naming it as operational amplifier. Now, coming to the topic, block diagram of operational amplifier. So, are you people able to see the screen? Yes. Okay. So, here, this slide presents the block diagram, of operational amplifier. Okay. So here you can see that, the block diagram of operational amplifier consists of 4 blocks. So the first is the input stage, second is intermediate stage, third is level shifting circuit, fourth is output stage. So here we can see that here we have two inputs. One is non-inverting input, another one is inverting input. Okay, so now the thing, why this operational amplifier have two inputs? Okay, so here the question arises, why in maximum circuits we have observed that it will have only single input, but here for this operational amplifier it is observed that it is having two input stages. Okay, or sorry, two inputs. So one we are calling as non-inverting input, another as the inverting input. And why it required two means, here this operational amplifier is designed by using differential amplifier. Okay, so keep this in your mind. Your operational amplifier consists of two or more than two stages of differential amplifier. So for that reason, it is observed that it is also having two inputs named as non-inverting input and inverting input. So which is given to the input stage. So what this input stage consists of? This input stage is nothing but, as I told, it is a differential amplifier. So here as we can see, here we have two inputs and two outputs. If we have two input and two output, then we can say that it is a balanced differential amplifier. We can say that it is a balanced differential amplifier. So as we know, we have four type of differential amplifier. So among the four, if the differential amplifier is having two inputs and two outputs, that is called balanced differential amplifier. That means in input stage, first we have to use a balanced differential amplifier. So now what it will do? So as the name implies amplifier, what it will do? It will increase. But as per the differential amplifier, what it will do? It will provide the output with respect to the difference of input. That means if we are applying the input to the non-inverting terminal as well as inverting terminal, then at the output, the difference between the input terminal and inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal will be amplified. That means what will be the output of this first stage, that is input stage? It provides most voltage gain of op-amp. It provides most voltage gain of op-amp. And it is observed that the input resistance, is high. Okay, so for the first stage, that is for the input stage, what we have to use? We have to use a balanced differential amplifier. Okay, now coming to the second stage. So the second stage is intermediate stage. So second is the intermediate stage, and here also it is observed that it is again having, so the output of first stage is connected directly to the second block. Okay, the output of the first block is connected directly to the second block. That means here also we have to use a differential amplifier. So here also we have to use the differential amplifier, but here it is observed that it is having two input. It is having two input, but output is single. So you can see that we have only one output. Then which type of differential amplifier it is? So clearly it is a unbalanced differential amplifier. So clearly it is a unbalanced differential amplifier. Because why we are calling it as unbalanced? Because we have two inputs but only one output. So for that reason it is a unbalanced differential amplifier. So that means for the first block we have to use a balanced differential amplifier, and for the second block we have to use we are using a unbalanced differential amplifier. So why we have to use here unbalanced? What it will do? It drives the output of a first stage. Okay, then it is directly coupling DC voltage well above ground level. So here what happens? What it will do? It will directly couple the DC voltage above the ground level. So for that reason we will use. So another use of this is, so it is not mandatory that we have to use only two differential amplifiers. So depending upon the gain, depending upon the application, so here it may be increased. Instead of two differential amplifier, we can use three, we can use four. Okay, that means your operational amplifier consists of two or more than two differential amplifiers. Okay, now coming to the third block. Third block is level shifting circuit. Okay, so level shifting circuit, that means it should shift to a level. Level means here we have to consider it as a reference. So it has to be shifted. So it is observed that sometimes it is above the reference or below the reference, and we will consider 0 as the reference. So here what happens in this third block in level shifting circuit, it is observed that DC voltage level to 0 with respect to ground is maintained. DC voltage level to 0, level to 0 with respect to ground is maintained in this level shifting circuit. Now coming to the last stage, that is output stage. So what happens in output stage? Here it is observed that in output stage we will use again a complementary symmetry push-pull amplifier. We will use complementary symmetry push-pull amplifier. So what it will do, it increases the output voltage swing. It increases the output voltage swing. Similarly, rises current supply capability of op-amp. Then it lowers the resistance. So as I told, at the input, the resistance is very high. So we can say that at the input, the resistance is infinite. But at the output, it is observed that because of the output stage where we are using a complementary symmetry push-pull amplifier, so the resistance is reduced. So now it is very low. And what it will do? It will increase the output voltage swing. Then rises current supply capability of the op-amp. So this is with respect to the block diagram of operational amplifier. So once again I will repeat. So block diagram of operational amplifier consists of 4 blocks. First block is the input stage. Second is the intermediate stage. Third is level shifting circuit. And fourth is output stage. To the input stage, two inputs are connected called as non-inverting input and inverting input. So now inverting means what happens? Inverting means, or to invert means to make reverse. So if the reference, for example, if make reverse means to twist it by 180 degree. So if we are applying the signal to the inverting, at the output it is observed that it will be out of phase by 180 degree. Non-inverting, it will remain as it is. So if we are applying the input signal, for example, if we are applying a sine wave starting with 0, then at the output it is observed that output will come with respect to the starting level with 0 only. But in inverting, here it will be changed. If we are applying the sine wave with a reference 0 at the output, it will come by changing it by shifting it by 180 degree, shifting it by 180 degrees. So here what happens, in inverting, phase will be shifted by 180 degree, but in non-inverting it will remain as it is. That means for the first stage, input stage, we have two inputs, non-inverting, that means output will remain as it is, but strength will be increased. It may be in terms of voltage, or it may be in terms of current, or it may be in terms of power. In inverting, if we are applying inverting input at the output, it is changed by 180 degree, and it is again amplified in terms of voltage, power and current. The same output of first stage is given to the second stage or the second block, which is called as intermediate stage. And here also we are using a differential amplifier only. Okay, but only the thing is, in first block we are using balanced differential amplifier, balanced output differential amplifier, and in the second block or in the intermediate stage we are using a unbalanced output differential amplifier. Why we can say that it is unbalanced? Because it is observed that here we have two inputs but only one output, hence it is a unbalanced. The third block is level shifting circuit. As I told, here we have to consider a level or the reference, which is nothing but the zero level. So what will be done in this level shifting circuit means DC voltage level to 0 with respect to ground is maintained. Okay, now coming to the last stage, that is the output stage. And here in this output stage we will use a complementary symmetry push pull amplifier. What we will use? We will use complementary symmetry class C push pull amplifier. So it will increase, again it will increase the voltage swing, and it will raise current supply capability of the operational amplifier. So in the meanwhile, what it will do, as current supply increases, that means resistance is decreased. So at the output it is observed that the resistance is very low when compared to the input. So in input resistance of op-amp is high, but the output resistance of op-amp is low. This is because of the output stage where we are using a class C push-pull amplifier. So this is with respect to the block diagram of operational amplifier. Now coming to the second point, that is symbol of op-amp. So here you can see that this is the symbol of op-amp. So usually we will represent amplifier by using this symbol, but in a normal amplifier, instead of two inputs we will have only one input and one output. But here it is observed that for the op-amp symbol, here we have to use two inputs. That means V1 is one input, V2 is the other input, and it is mentioned with first input is mentioned with the plus sign, that means non-inverting terminal. Second is mentioned with the negative sign, that means inverting terminal. So we have to indicate with respect to the symbol, it is observed that the op-amp symbol should be indicated with two input and a single output. So one input is represented by the plus, which resembles non-inverting terminal, and a minus, which resembles inverting terminal. So, and here we can see that we have only one output, that is V out. Similarly, we can see the two VCC. So one is plus VCC, another one is the minus VCC. So what is this plus VCC, minus VCC? So if we recall the theory of differential amplifier, there at that time I mentioned this plus VCC, that is nothing but what we did in differential amplifier, we considered two transistors. Okay, so for that reason we have connected the collector resistor across the collector of transistor Q1 and resistor across the collector of transistor Q2, and combinedly we named it as, instead of VC for first transistor Q1 and VC for transistor Q2, we have named it as VCC. Okay, so it is a positive sign. So plus VCC and this is minus VCC. In the differential amplifier we have mentioned it as VEE, but here instead of VEE, now we are calling it as VCC, and we have to mention these two terminals, plus VCC and minus VCC. If we are not mentioning, then it is not a complete symbol. So once again I will repeat. So this is the symbol of operational amplifier, where we can see that this symbol should have two inputs and a single output. Similarly, it should have the biasing voltage as plus VCC and minus VCC. And the first input is the non-inverting terminal or the non-inverting input. Hence, it has to be represented with the positive sign. Similarly, the second input is the inverting input, and it has to be represented by a negative sign. Okay, so this is with respect to the symbol of operational amplifier. Now coming to the next point, that is pin configuration of operational amplifier. So as I told, this operational amplifier is a IC, that means integrated circuit. IC means integrated circuit. So what is this 741? So this 741 is nothing but the number what has been allotted to this operational amplifier. So 741 is the number. So it should be a mu A 741. Mu A 741 is the number of the IC which works as operational amplifier. Okay, and it is observed that it is having 8 pins. So this operational amplifier, that is mu A741, is a 8-pin IC. It is a 8-pin DIP. Okay, so pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here you can observe, and how we can count this pin number. So it has a reference. We have to start it from the left side of a notch. So this is called the notch of the IC, and we have to consider the left first pin with the number 1. We should not start with this side. We have to start with this side. Okay, so this is pin number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then coming to the next pin, that is 5, starting from this only. Okay, so it should be in this fashion. So counting should be in this fashion. So it has to be start from the leftmost top, and it should end to the rightmost top. Okay, and it is observed that, as I told, it is a DIP circuit. So that means both the sides the same equal number of pins should be there. So it is observed that here for one side we have 4 pin, and for the other side again we have 4 pin. In total, this operational amplifier is a 8 pin. Okay, so it has 8 pins. Now, what is the work of these pins? So it has been mentioned, it has been named as first pin number 1. Pin number 1 is named as negative offset null. Pin number 1 is named as negative offset null, 2 as inverting, 3 non-inverting, 4 minus VCC, 5 positive offset null, 6 output, 7 plus VCC, 8 NC, that means not connected. Okay, so once again I will repeat. So this mu A741, that is an operational amplifier IC, it has 8 pins. Pin number 1 is negative offset null, pin number 2 is inverting input, pin number 3 non-inverting input, pin number 4 negative VCC or minus VCC, 5 positive offset null, 6 output, 7 plus VCC, 8 is not connected. Okay, understood. So today what we did, today we discussed about what do you mean by operational amplifier, why we are calling it as a operational amplifier. Then second, what we did, we considered the block diagram of operational amplifier. The block diagram consists of 4 blocks: input stage, intermediate stage, level shifting stage, and the output stage. So in input stage, we have balanced output differential amplifier. In intermediate stage, we have unbalanced output differential amplifier. So third is the level shifting. So it is used to maintain a constant level, that is, it should be 0 with respect to ground. And the 4 is again a output stage consists of amplifier, that is class C push-pull amplifier, so which increases the voltage and increases the flow of current. Because of that, the resistance will be decreased. And we have discussed the what we say, the symbol also. And from the symbol, it is observed that again it has two inputs. One is the non-inverting input represented by the positive sign. Second is the inverting input represented by negative sign. And we have the output, single output, that is okay. Then we have to represent the two terminals, that is plus VCC and minus VCC. Similar to this symbol, we have discussed pin configuration also. As I told, it is a 8-pin IC. Pin number 1 is negative offset null. Pin number 2 is inverting input. Pin number 3 is pin number 2 is non-inverting input. Pin number 3 is inverting input. Pin number 4 minus VCC. Pin number 5 positive offset null. Pin number 6 output. 7 VCC. 8 NC, that is not connected. Okay, so just go through the what we say pin configuration, because for next study, pin configuration is very much important. So for that reason, once again you go through the pin configuration. So if not, once again I will go to this pin configuration, because pin configuration is the important thing what you have to consider. Once again I will repeat the pin configuration, that is pin number 1 is negative offset null. Pin number 2 inverting input. Pin number 3 non-inverting input. 4 minus VCC. 5 offset null. 6 output. 7 plus VCC. 8 is NC, that is not connected. So don't be confusion in between pin number 2 and 3. 2 is inverting, 3 is non-inverting. Once again I am repeating, pin number 2 is inverting, pin number 3 is non-inverting. So when you observe with respect to the symbol, it is observed that first is non-inverting, second is inverting. But when we come to this pin configuration, it has been changed. That means 2 will be inverting and 3 will be non-inverting. So keep this in your mind. Okay, so once again I will ask you people to go through this pin configuration, because for the applications, when we talk about the application of op-amp, at that time this pin configuration plays important role. So because where we have to give the input, from where we have to take the output, what is this plus VCC, minus VCC, these are the important factors which we have to consider. So for that reason, don't be confused in between the numbers, pin numbers and the assigned values. So again I will repeat: 1 negative offset null, 2 inverting, 3 non-inverting, 4 minus VCC, 5 plus offset null, 6 output, 7 plus VCC, 8 is NC, that means not connected. There is no any connection to this pin number 8, but to balance, to be symmetric, we have considered 8 pins. Okay. So let me summarize. We have started today's class by the definition of operational amplifier and why we are calling it as operational amplifier. We are calling it as operational amplifier because it performs some mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integration, and differentiation, so on. Hence, it has been named as operational amplifier. So this operational amplifier consists of a block, and as per the block diagram, it has 4 blocks. First block is the input stage, where we are using an balanced output differential amplifier. Second is intermediate stage. Here again we are using the differential amplifier, but the difference is it is a unbalanced output differential amplifier. Third is level shifting stage, where here it has to be maintained. The level should be maintained the 0 with respect to ground. Fourth is the output stage. In output stage, we are using a complementary symmetry push-pull symmetry push-pull amplifier. What is the use of this complementary symmetry push-pull amplifier? What it will do? It will increase the voltage. It will increase voltage. Then it will increase the flow of current. Because of that, the resistance is decreased. And it is observed that the input resistance of operational amplifier is very high, that is in terms of infinity, but the output resistance of operation amplifier is very low. And we discussed the symbol of op amp, and it will be in the form of a NOT gate. But the thing is, here we can observe that it has two input. One is non-inverting input indicated with the positive sign, inverting input indicated with negative sign. We have a output. So, and we have to mention the two terminals, that is plus VCC and minus VCC. With respect to the pin config operation amplifier symbol, we have a pin configuration. So this op amp is a 8-pin DIP. Okay, so IC. So one side it has 4 pins, other side it has 4 pins. Pin number 1 is negative offset null, 2 is inverting, 3 is non-inverting, 4 is minus VCC, 5 is positive offset null, 6 is output, 7 is plus VCC, and 8 is not connected. So here you can observe one thing. Here we don't have any ground pin. So in operational amplifier, we don't have any ground pin. So what we have to do, if we are applying the input to the inverting, at that time we have to make non-inverting pin as ground. And if we are applying input to the non-inverting, at that time we have to make inverting as ground, and we have the possibility of applying both the inputs simultaneously. We can apply input to the inverting, that is pin number 2, and non-inverting pin number 3 at a time, and we have to collect the output from the pin number 6, which is a output terminal. Okay, so hope you people have understood what is the what is operational amplifier, what are the applications of operational amplifier, why we are naming it as operational amplifier. Similarly, we discussed about block diagram followed by the symbol of op amp and pin configuration of op amp. So in next class, we will discuss the remaining topic, and we will discuss what is the CMR